Out is a pretty exciting day for everyone here. It was the first day that our players had been able to go inside our new building and just see what's been built for them, and it is for the student athletes. It's an amazing building. It's really got everything that you need that we want to be able to provide for our players to have success on and off the field. Amazing locker room, beautiful weight room, equipment room, training room. The meeting rooms are special. You know, the barber shop, the players lounge. Obviously in Southern California, with the weather being like this as it always is, you can use the outdoor space. The two-story team meeting room is spectacular, and it's just very necessary to get this done to kind of keep up with what everyone else is doing. So I, commend our chancellor and Dan and everybody that put forth so much effort to get this building built. It's spectacular. So today we're having a photo day. We've invited the families out to take pictures with their kids, to tour the building. The official grand opening is not until Tuesday night, but we just wanted the people closest to this program, the players and the families, to have a chance to come out and enjoy what we've been able to build here. So it's a pretty neat day.
Jim, when you first came here, could you imagine this setup like it looks like now?
I could have imagined it. I didn't know that it would get done. But thanks to a lot of hard work by a lot of people, and that includes, and probably not just includes, but at the forefront is the former players. The guys in our first few years here that helped us have the success, that gave us the impetus to get this thing built. Some of them are playing in the NFL and you read about them every day, and some of them are doing something else and you don't read about them, but they were all equally important to getting such an amazing building built, and something that was needed. And as I said, to the chancellor's credit and Dan's credit and everybody else, just everybody bonded together and built a magnificent building. And the players, they walked in and they were excited, and their locker room compared to what they had, and the players lounge and the outdoor space and the weight room, those doors open up, so those are big folding garage doors that basically cantilever up, and we have access right to the field, and 2 brand new fields, and it's become a really spectacular setting. So.
Jim, Josh was going to speak today, and you spoke about this at Media Day, I know. Are you happy he seems to have taken a lower profile, social media, everything since last season? Are you happy with that?
Well, I think that young men progress and mature, throughout their time here. Everybody comes here at a different stage of maturity, mentally, emotionally, physically, certainly. And I think we're all really happy with, where Josh is right now, and the off season that he's had, and the attitude that he's taken, the approach that he's adopted. And I think that, that's a real credit to him. He has done a tremendous job of just self-reflecting and figuring out ways that he can become better.
You guys, I assume you guys conferred with him on all this stuff. I mean, was this part of it?
Was
this your advice?
Yeah. I mean, college is about an education, and it's an ongoing education for every one of our players to make sure that we're setting them up for success the rest of their life, whether that's on the field or off the field. And so every day there are lessons to be learned, and we try to make sure that we emphasize the things that are going to help them have success and avoid failure.
You talked about contemplating change every aspect of the program in the wake of last season. Were there tangible things you did that you think will help you going forward?
Yeah, lots of them. I mean, at the end of every year, whether you've had a national championship season or you've not won a game, it's important to go back and evaluate your program and decide how you can get better, and where you failed, where you lack to put resources or time, or where maybe you over did some time, and that happens every year. This year, with the new offensive staff coming in, and Wasserman, and coming off of our first losing season, I think that everybody had a renewed sense of commitment to that, and so that was very encouraging.
How did, as a staff, were there things you did, especially on the offensive side, to kind of learn each other over the summer and kind of bond and form that chemistry that you want?
Well, we did a lot of things, starting when they got here in the winter, right after the season. I mean, as much time as we spend together in meetings and most of us had a familiarity with each other to begin with, but we spend a lot of time in meetings and at meals, and you know, the hours we work are, you know, they're not normal hours, and you get a chance to bond, you know. And then a lot of our coaches went out and did a lot of professional development this year. You know, whether that was going to other universities or going to pro camps or going to meet with NFL coaches or high school coaches or any coaches in between, you know, that's just what we did. And you know, you do that every year, but obviously with the new, you know, 4 new offensive coaches, it was very important.
When they go and do those things, do they go together as an offensive staff, or do you guys go one by one?
Every situation is different. Sometimes they'll go together, and sometimes it's just a, you know, a one-off. Just depends.
One more thing about Josh. You think he has something to prove this year to himself?
I think you'd have to ask Josh that. Yeah, I'm not in Josh's mind to the point that I can answer that question. I think that if you want to ask him about his psyche, it's best to ask him about his psyche.
You've spoken the last couple of days about what you've seen from Josh maturing off the field. What are you going to be looking for over the next few weeks to show you that he's matured and gone to that next step as a football player?
Performance. Yeah, you know, just every day coming out and working hard to get better. It's like all of our players. Every day we're going to come out here and just try to get a little bit better. It doesn't matter if it's our quarterback or, you know, the 150th guy on 105th guy on the roster. The goal is to come out here every day and show improvement. And that's what we're looking for, and that's as coaches, and that's as players, and that's really everybody in the program.
Any more
Okay?
questions?
Huh?
I'm sorry.